Do you want to learn about building codes for spiral stairs? Well, here are some clips from my on-demand course, IRC Chapter 3, Means of Egress, available only at buildingcodecollege.com. Let's start by looking at the definition in Chapter 2 for spiral stairs, because it's pretty specific. It's a plan view of a closed circular form with uniform section-shaped treads radiating from a minimum diameter circle, just like you see here. Now, the reason this is so specific is because spiral stairs are accommodated some reductions in minimum clearance, riser height, tread depth, and folks will often try to claim something as a spiral stair simply to get those relaxed code requirements. But here's the informal way of explaining this. We all know what spiral stairs really are, and if you have to ask if something is a spiral stair, truthfully, it's probably not. We already covered the definition for spiral stairways in a previous session. But even though these are permitted some crazy geometry compared to other stairs, they're still permitted for vertical egress required between habitable levels, as we discussed in a previous session. Now, the code looks at these stairways as equivalent. The spiral stairs are obvious. The occupant walks carefully, so the geometry can be less forgiving. And the normal stairways are familiar. The occupant's going to walk casually and maybe quickly, so we need the geometry to be friendly. And so the result is that these stairs, plus the awareness of the user, is equivalent safety. All right, let's go over these geometric differences that are permitted in spiral stairs compared to familiar stairs. Normal ones, right? The clear width at and below the handrails is reduced down to 26 inches, and the headroom clearance is reduced by 2 inches down to 6 foot 6 inches. The maximum rise can be increased up to 9.5 inches, and just like winder treads, the tread depth is measured at the 12-inch walk line. But it can be as little as 6 3/4 inches at that walk line. Now, both the rise and run dimensions have to be identical between each tread. There's no 3/8 inch variation allowed anymore. And then finally, there's this statement that the walk line radius shall be no greater than 24.5 inches. So typical spiral stairways have a center column, and the walk line would be measured from that center out 12 inches from the side. But there's no rule for how large this center column can be. The definition simply says a minimum diameter circle. So what controls the center diameter is this maximum walk line radius of 24.5 inches. You measure your walk line now, if you did, back from that point, and this would bring you to the edge of the largest center column that would be permitted. And that's what that 24.5 inches is about. Now Well, I hope those clips were helpful to you. For the full on-demand course, go to buildingcodecollege.com and click the link to the course catalog. Scroll down the list of courses until you find IRC Chapter 3, Means of Egress. You can watch the first course video by simply clicking the thumbnail image. But for 4 months of 24/7 access to the full 3-hour ICC-approved course, it's only $45 and a few clicks away. But you can get 10% off any enrollment at buildingcodecollege.com using the coupon code YouTube.